Today we have with us architect Prem Nath and architect Bobby Mukherjee from Mumbai. So let me introduce architect Prem Nath first. Architect Prem Nath, an Indian icon of the fraternity, versatile, contemporary and luxurious architect with a wide spectrum of work for over 55 plus years. He has excelled in wide array of projects and is also listed by Who's Who amongst 100 interior designers of the world. He is also a founding member and vice president of IIID, who took initiative to forge the affiliation for IFI. Out of many awards received, few recent ones are IINEX Award, Lifetime Achievement of the Year 2019 by Reality Plus, the JJ Architecture Award 18, Design Legend by Society Interiors, CNBC Award Crisil Award for high-end interiors, Baburao Marketing Gold Medal 2019 by the Indian Institute of Architects IIIA with a citation describing him as seminal architect and a trailblazer in the field of architecture. Being blazer, architect Prem Nath has many firsts to his credit, which includes India's first revolving restaurant, first temple for ISKCON, first project with observatory and Nehru Planetarium, first health spa, India's first multiplex mall, first film city for Lake Ramanand Sagar, where Ramayana and Mahabharata were shot, first gold graded and Hudko Award winner township at Punjab, first platinum rated school, Sanjana's World School at Vadodara, leading the initiative for smart building at Gift City, Gujarat. Yes, in the world, Temple of Vedic Planetarium at Mayapur, Kolkata. Prem Nath, spiritual architect. Architect Prem Nath is popularly known as the Nabab of luxury.
Thank you, Bobby, Leena, for giving us a wonderful introduction to both of us. My compliments to you.
Hemant, you are muted.
Yeah, I'm muted.
Okay. Welcome, Premji, and welcome, Bobby. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you on board. And,
Thank you.
Premji, the introductions for both of you didn't do justice to the volume of work that you've done and the body of work that is already existing. So it was just a small introduction of a large body of work. But let us start with the first question, and the first question on everyone's mind always is what is afflicting us at this point of time, Corona or COVID-19 as we call it. And it has affected the entire world, and especially India. India is no different. So I would request Premji to shed some light with all your experience, shed some light on what you think is the future of architecture in India.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, architects, designers who are participating in this seminar, so in the webinar. My greetings to all of my teammates, people who are organizing this webinar, particularly Mr. Hemant and Dina. It is, of course, now we know we have a very serious kind of situation world over. There's no doubt about that. And when you talk about future, like Bobby said yesterday, talking to me, how can we predict future? Nobody knows about future. Yes, we do not know far future, but we know we already can look forward to have a near future, depending on the events happening around us. So there are particularly architects or smart people who can figure out what can happen in time to come next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years time. And some smart people can think ahead of time. So my job as an architect to keep on visualizing and thinking about that, depending on surrounding and my past experience, and foresee in that context, I'll share my experience, my knowledge, my expression as what can possibly happen in time to come, and how can possibly among us a professional take care of ourselves be knowing what can possibly happen. We only wish for the best. Things now don't remain bad permanently, but we'll have to possibly take necessary ready for the change which will possibly happen. See, architecture of any region depends on economy and social system. This corona has definitely brought already economy fear. Yesterday, US has confirmed that their GDP of USA has fallen over 33%. That could be any indicator to anybody world over. India cannot be possibly immune to that. We already have some kind of setbacks coming over here. While we had a boom, oil boom, when a lot of money was available, we have seen major and grand developments happening all over the world, particularly Dubai and Shanghai. And we have seen a 1 kilometer long, 1,000 meter high tower in Jeddah. Will this continue? Question that. I don't think so. I give you example. China was the first one to suffer the setback of corona. China already declared that all over China, no city will make a building more than 500 meters high. They said we're not running a race of making tall building. We'll make our buildings functional and below 500 meters. That's a great indicator as to what kind of future of architecture will be. We all recognize the economy will be down. When economies are down over there, cost of living goes up, and they're already going up over there. Our income reduces, our expenditure reduces. And with the result, impact will happen on our lifestyle. And our need become different. Our need become basics. Food, water, shelter, clothing are the first thing, and surplus come later on. Architecture will not die away, architecture will be continued there. Only thing is, there's some shift will come in architecture because of the limitation of resources for some time. They don't remain permanently on that. But we may not have luxury like this. Maybe thinking about, maybe possibly this corona will give us a new look, new change possibly. And we may shift into some, instead of having very classical, has semi-classical, or we may go to contemporary and more kind of the lifestyle will change, the outlook will change because of the economic kind of concerns. That doesn't mean we'll not have luxury. Luxury will still come back. But what happened as a future feature, what I try to convey my feelings about to all my fellow architects, my professionals. Corona is not going to go away. You don't live with that. Only thing is, only healthy people will live. So health become priority. We'll have to take first priority by our health, self and health. Nobody, self and health. You have to look after yourself basically. Only healthy people are able to go to work, be able to travel, and some people will work from homes. And we'll have to have healthy environment, healthy office spaces, healthy homes, and we'll have to some kind of restriction. We'll have to have a more of hygiene. We'll have to have more of social distancing. Our habit will change gradually over there. But priority will always remain as a health. Only your immune system will help you to stay alive, nobody else. So to make your immune system healthy, you need a healthy environment, healthy food, and healthy offices. We have got used to working at home in the last 4 or 5 months time. Some people are working earlier, but today India, all over, most professionals have started to learn. Even school kids are starting school, taking classes at home over there. We have learned also technology. We are now getting used to IoT. And we are now doing conferences and meetings distance over there. That is saving a lot of time for us. So this is a change that already we're seeing now. And I can see many more changes can possibly happen.
Premji, could I just once again recap? You said health is going to be the priority for us. And obviously, if we are healthy, only then everything else will survive. So what shift in paradigm or thinking do you envisage in the future? And what kind of changes are you expecting in the coming days?
Yes, that change will come through architects. Architects will have to take responsibility, take a conscious and decision over there. See, first of all, during this time, what will be most essential thing? First thing, everybody talk about, we have put an overnight hospital, this, that, what not, which we didn't do earlier over there. So we have entire, we think will change. Our priority will, architecture will come, priority will come. I can see more hospitals, health centers, health spas, such thing will possibly happen. India particularly, a different kind of rest of the world over there, We have a lot of shortage of housing, and housing will definitely be very important to maintain our healthy environment and healthy, and we'll have to possibly housing will be an affordable class. Our major population, including working people, professional also, they are not able to afford high price kind of housing. So affordable housing, particularly smaller town, B cities, B class cities, and fringe cities around metros, will have a very large requirement and business of affordable architecture and healthy architecture. And we shall require now our architectural housing and living will change. Since we are going to work from homes also, we are going to have a lot of activity around home over there. So we'll have a integrated development. That means development will have a composite offices, residential, hospital, health centers, shopping, entertainment, recreation, walk to work. This culture will happen now. But this thing, whole entire planning, thinking will change now. So that we don't, we make, only we have to make healthy environment around us over there. It's important that we have a good balcony, good veranda where sunlight can come to your home there. We have cross ventilation. So architects have to plan homes depending on in coordination with the real estate developers also. When they realize also their homes are more healthier and nature friendly. This is nothing new. This is old concept for last 100 years, 200 years over there. We have verandas and we had cross ventilation doors and windows. We had no fans and live very healthy place over there. Now same concept will continue. I made this house for a very rich industrial house from Mumbai. This is a 1 acre property at Juhu Beach, central air conditioned, state of the art building, but they are very, very kind of natural. We made big verandas, we make lawns, we make courtyards, we make skylights. We made an entire healthy environment. So to preferably first you use healthy environment, and option is to comfort of air conditioning later on as an optional basically, a secondary thing. Now this was done about 30 years back. Today becoming much more kind of valuable and much more relatively available now. There again homes over here. These homes don't have a span, light, cross ventilation, and we have a skylights, and we have louvers on top of like ventilators. And like courtyard homes is part of our culture. We are having Uttar Pradesh, we are having in Rajasthan, we are having down south. Now these are the kind of developments will come back, will take front seat. This is a house like a lot of greenery, open space. This is incidentally my house. I built 40 years back. House doesn't have a grill, doesn't have curtains, and has plenty of sunlight and plenty of greenery and cross ventilation. That's the way we want to decide to live, and we're today enjoying further. Again, another part of my house, we do the same thing. My slogan is bring sunlight to your house and keep corona out. Sitting at home, you're feeling healthy and you're immune. That's kind of home we require, architecture require for everybody. Everybody can't have homes or bungalows, but they can have apartments, can open spaces. Apartment can also have a great spaces over there, greenery, verandas, which bring lights over there. The priority should be given to such kind of design will come on that. Like you can look into even in city Bombay, a patch of green or you may be a balcony in your South Bombay over here, a great valuable asset. It brings plenty of sunlight and very healthy environment. This is the kind of thing we have to forget a lot of glass happening over there. Let it bring back to the kind of fringe benefit over there. Hey, Baldarsa, I built a home for about 40 years back at Pali Hill and facing east, and you got a beautiful veranda and beautiful garden and enjoying it. That's the beauty of homes and living. That is what is going to come back, shift into our architecture.
So back to the basics is what you say. We move back to the basic ways of we were designing in the past, and the days of the high rises, as you say, is over. No more 500 meters and above.
This was taught to us even earlier also, a part of our architecture over there. We have forgotten something somewhere. Now time I come to remind that this will require natural resources to help us. So we're going to possibly revive it over there.
Wonderful. So really outstanding. Premji, when I come back to you and wanted to ask you also about this. See, we've talked about architecture and interior design in general, and we've talked about homes and we've talked about hospitality. Of course, Bobby is a specialist in that. Can we talk a little bit about workspaces? What happens to the workspaces? Will they change also post-COVID? And how will they change?
Yes, sir. I've been talking earlier that the future shall be more priority on health and hygiene. And definitely, after saying the home, how the healthy need to be there, Our workplaces also require to be healthier because we spend a lot of time in the offices over there, 8 to 10 hours sometimes. This is this is an example of an office building in Mumbai. Now, normally people put, a lot of glass in front of that. But this guy has kept, kept the verandas and balconies intact over there and put plants over there in front of the glazing. And it has also got a fresh air intake. Now, that keep the building cooler. And the fresh air goes inside the office over there, makes more healthy environment. Now, this is an example of how a healthy environment need to be done in our workspaces. And normally big office over there, they have a kind of called break area where the people working over there after 3-4 hours, they can go have a break and possibly have some fresh air or maybe smoke outside over there. Now that was happening only little quantity, maybe one in a building, one floor, half a floor, or maybe one corner over there. We shall require such more places in the offices. Now this kind of office building, which will have a many more, every floor, alternate floor, you'll have a south side, you'll have east side, you'll have a west side, such kind of places where staff working over there can come out every 2 hours, take a breathe, take a fresh air, and go back to work. So they remain, they don't get involved only into the only air-conditioned air. This is the office building. The kind of trend will going to emerge in all forthcoming building, where you'll have a second of a break area, informal sitting. You'll have possibly have a also cafeteria, a sit out over there, skylight. Now these trends will become more prominent in almost every building as a necessity. Also, you remember 20 years back when we started terrorism, the hotels, the public places, offices, now we were going very freely movement over there. The security started, and it can then to extend that security scan happened airports also there. Now security scan system will now add on to now virus scan. If you enter your building, you go through a virus tunnel or some kind of gadget over there, so that you are detected or you are immunized and go virus free. That shall be the new need of technology.
You are very right. It was 9/11 that changed the world forever, and security came in every form of our lives. And now it's COVID-19, so that's going to change again the way we live our lives. And you've already given us a vision of the future, what the future is going to look like. But are there any specific changes or upgrades that you think we need, especially in design?
Yes, I see a lot of changes happening over there, already starting happening now. But particularly what I can foresee further, give you an example, when you go to office after going through your protocol in the reception lobby or entrance lobby, when you go to office shall be fitted with a new light. Normally we have lighting, which is you have indirect lighting, white light, yellow light, depending on that. You will have a now blue light added into your office. The blue light is called UV250. This will be directly put into your office interiors. UV250 is supposed to be Japanese light, which is used in pharmaceutical production area over there, or operation theaters is used over there. At the UV light basically, it's like you see the morning sunlight when you go the sunrise over there. People normally over Indian, they worship the sun and stand over there, they do Surya Namaskar. They get the morning sunlight, the ultraviolet rays, which are low density, which are low wavelength. They are very good for skin and they're germicidal. And that's why our old homes, like in Vastu point of view, northeast houses kept open so that natural light, morning sunlight, ultraviolet light falls on that. The light, called UV light, at temperature between 210 degree to 280 degree is safe for the skin and is healthier. It is not harmful and it's germicidal. It kills all kinds of germs, not only corona, all kinds of germs. This shall become part and parcel of our future lighting. These changes will happen into our offices now, already having beginning. In fact, in USA, they are already using this kind of technology. I'm sure about gradually people will bring in some more light fixture, which can possibly come in the form of lamps, direct lamps, or may have tube lights or rope lights, which go to interiors and can give an environment of kind of germ free. Also, we will not have any more long, big offices. The open plan offices were a great thing, at one time. The open plan concept was really admired, and you had a lot of people working over there, only 35, 40 square feet kind of spaces over there, all back offices. Then will change that you will have an office compartments. Compartments which will have not more than 10 to 15 people each compartment. Each compartment will have an independent air conditioning, ventilation, it will have independent treated fresh air unit coming from the outside, so the air remains, which more number of air changes, so a healthy environment remain in your part, the contaminant doesn't travel one part to other part. Now that is the trend I see will change will happen in time to come in offices. Also, we'll have a workstation, distance kind of requirement over there, distance keeping, safe keeping, social keeping, distance possibly. We'll have to have different kind of workstation and cubicles, which possibly be equipped again with ultraviolet light over there, and the work environment change now. Also, homes, directly we incorporating our UV light in the whether the living room, or whether your kitchen, or whether you have a bedroom, or whether you have a hotel room. In this case, people do different designs. Some can do under the bed, some can do on the wall, got a headboard over there. Very smartly, they made a collage of lights and added into that some blue light also there, the UV light, which is germicidal. And this kind of changes will bring kind of technology and change the environment, make the place healthier. This I foresee in time to come, internal changes, part of the interiors.
As you are aware, we've been doing a lot of webinars, and this point about UV light, especially UV 250, has come up many times. And it is supposed to be the only 100% effective sanitization against the COVID-19 virus. A lot of people at one point were talking about a HEPA filter and this, that, and the other, but that's all been proven to be incorrect. But only one concern is there, and we've already gotten a question from one of the panelists, more of a chat, but it's in the form of a question, is that Shesa Sai is asking that UV light directly touching the skin is considered carcinogenic.
No, I repeat again, I told earlier also, UV light temperature between 210 and 280, 250 the mean temperature over there. It is skin grade. It's safe for the skin. It is used in the operation theaters. It is used in pharmaceutical work production area. So why is that not suffering over there? Use space stations. It is used in research centers over there. There's nothing different. There's nothing great thing over there. They commonly being used. Only thing it is not being used now in homes and offices. So it become gradually people get used to over there. Like I can say it's a tried and tested technology and nothing expensive also there. So there's nothing fear about that.
That means if it's less than 280, it's safe.
210 to 280 nm nanometer. NM. Nanometer wavelength.
Right.
And see this, you know how would you temperature light is distinguish? Temperature 33 degree when it's tube light, temperature, 6,000 degree become your bulb over there, in between your temperature, they call Kelvin, temperature 4,200 become the in between warm light over there. Ultraviolet light start from very low level. But this nanometer I'm talking like light over there, UV light is again, in the morning for a very short time, this light comes over there. Not a very long time on sunrise. And people who early morning risers, people take advantage of that in germicidal basically. At that time, the wavelength is very low. And later on become higher, they become harmful. So you get UV become harmful when wavelength increases beyond 300, 400, that level.
So we will ensure we keep it less than 280. Thank you for that amazing information, because I think that was very important for us. Now back to you, Bobby.
Question, sir, Prem Nath, sir. So
Yes.
this will be a kind of accent lighting, correct? This blue light, besides our normal working lights, this will be an additional feature. That is what you mean to say, correct?
This will be additional feature. That means you can put on when you feel like over there. See, you're not at home, put light on over there, room remains sanitized. See, today hotels are already starting using UV light for sanitizing their guest rooms. When the guest changes over there, when they do housekeeping, the entire room, laundry, this, that is generally sanitized through the UV light. They're already happening. So what happened? You can make the room, like germ free, and then you leave the light on, which is a very, very small portion over there. So it's the only thing sometimes can possibly disturb you or sleep if you consistently keep light on. You don't have to keep light constantly on. When you're not able to spend some time, and that place becomes sanitized. Because that time you are clean already, and your room is clean already. There's nothing to worry about that. When you go there, again re-sanitize it. That's the way. We could do it in a drama manner, simple manner, put a lamp, table lamp, put a standing lamp, wall light, your tube light, you can pelmet light. Many ways the architect designer will do it, and they're already doing it already. I showed you example. I think we gain a lot of scope on that. It'll work very well.
And Bobby, we hope that happens. And finally, back to you, Premji, if you could run us through some of your, you've got a whole variety of amazing projects. If you could just run us through some of them.
I will very quickly give you glimpses about few of works, a mixed batch, starting from homes. Architects' main job to do ghar banana. I, I make small villas and make high-rise buildings and make kind of major developments. Very quick mixed use of the mixed developments. This is a house we have done recently finished over here. This is a company lakeside property, and this is done in Hyderabad. In each of time, basically try to use the kind of combination of light and other materials. There are a few homes interiors where we use soft light and set the mood. We can make a different kind of scenes on that. This is the same thing, the different part of the house over there. This is like bedroom and community lobby area and kind of bar area. And these are just few examples of the how the we do kind of for home interiors of that kind. Why not bathroom also to be more beautiful? And and in this case, there's a video office over there, multimedia office. Now they are very fancy, funky kind of boys and girls who come and work over there. So we give them more than all about 35 shades of the color. They think of it, can you count it? I say it's so balanced over there, but they loved it over there. Idea is to how to make the place more kind of funky for them. This is again office for the international company. You lighting as a kind of source. Are you hearing me?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
And the other part of the office over there. Also, we kind of lobbies for the kind of public buildings over there, and then we sometimes we use kind of fixtures, and sometimes we use indirect lighting, which play kind of different moods over there. We are doing currently a lot of smart building and platinum rating architecture basically in Gift City. These are a few glimpses of that. These are one of the construction now already they come halfway the floors over there. Shortly next month, next year will be ready. Hopefully work is still going on. This is another one apartment building where we used again, we got almost, this is about million square foot of construction area, 50 floors. And we got almost 10,000 running meters of balconies and verandas. And more than about 50,000 plants and saplings which will be used, shrubs and plants in the building. And also have got to do, organize for them drip irrigation and water harvesting. But 2 million liters of water I will store in the rafts of the building, in the foundation rafts. And that kind of thing, technology, future need, basically future building will be there. More of simplified, functional, and kind of environment friendly. We are also developing now a new vocabulary as called Vedic architecture. This is part of the mixed use over there. We try to introduce some elements as Vedic elements into the building, into the architecture, and again some city center portion there. We are trying to bring in over there. So we're still on the process of that, and hopefully by coming few years, few months time, able to possibly develop a full scale kind of Vedic kind of language grammar for the Vedic architecture for India, which is the need. I think we need for all architects must think of that. Why don't we kind of reinvent ourselves and try to give a new look? I'm sure people, a lot of architects will have a lot of good ideas. These are a few other hospitality projects and a few commercial buildings which are on the pipeline. Shortly, we'll be possibly doing something coming year. We're working on development, design development. Doing a hotel in Goa. This is kind of a resort hotel, which is more of a very kind of a banquet kind of thing, entertainment hotel. It has got kind of settings like this, where we got kind of discos and kind of pool bars and things like that. And these are kind of inside these are the visual basically. We are yet to execute that. The work is now just on the foundation stage. And this is kind of setting around kind of part of the villas, part of the hotel over there. Trying to give it like a new look, more appropriate towards the kind of countryside and the seaside. This is my hand sketch. We're doing a large entertainment hotel called Destination Hotel in NCR, National Capital Region, Delhi, NCR, we call that. This will be about 800 key hotel. We'll have kind of tower kind of rooms. We'll have suites. We'll have some villas, and we'll have service apartments, and we'll also have a kind of health spa and kind of all kind of aqua facilities, and we'll have a largest kind of banquet hall for about 100,000 square feet, plus a large, very large, 10,000 people capacity amphitheater. You can have launch parties and events. Ideas for Destination Hotel. That means all these people going out of India, people can come to India, Indian can come to India. This is located somewhere center of the kind of prominent kind of extradition between 5 states, Delhi, Haryana, Gurgaon, Uttar Pradesh, they're all rich kind of catchment area. So there are a lot of kind of great prospects are there for that. Also, I added in this some kind of theme gardens and theme restaurants. And the highlight of this project is here, I'm putting an artificial beach in Delhi. So I can have my high tide at my own desire. I can, at own will, I can take low tide, I can take high tide. I can have beach party. I can do events, do lighting. So idea is basically go a little beyond that. So idea to create something that you can't travel further all the way to Goa, other places over there. Delhi itself will have a, within the facility, there's about 100-acre property. So a lot of texture will be there to have an artificial beach and possibly quite conducive basically. And coming further, this one is near Kolkata, city called Mayapur. Really spiritual city over there. ISKCON group, largest in the world, bigger than Taj Mahal, bigger than St. Peter's St. Paul, and have a 60 home and about 100-meter high atrium, where we'll have about 1,000 meters of gallery space and museum, where it takes you to the journey of several levels of your life and put it before the Supreme, the Godhead, in the state of Satya Chit Anand, where you can get moksha, you get jnana. That's the kind of feeling possible create environment while going through the journey about several levels of kind of exhibits and museum over there, get enlightened over there. This is something called spiritualism through architecture. An architect, I won't become spiritual now. I see everybody becomes spiritual. People who do karma and people who do their deeds over there, they are more spiritual. And architects are the best candidate to become spiritual. I suppose, thank you very much. I just want to give glimpses over there. We are running short of time, and you can possibly put audience to question answer if required, if time permits. My pleasure to you. And thank you very much for giving chance to all of you. And to all my listeners, please, I am reachable. Catch me on my website, premnath.com. Punch me in the Google, or you can like me, or you can poke me in the Facebook. And whenever you meet me, say hello to me. I send you my greetings and good wishes to you, well wishes to you, and my blessing to all of you. My pleasure. Thank you very much for giving both of us a chance to display ourselves and possibly express our thoughts for the future. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Premji. That was really wonderful. In fact, to paraphrase an old saying, if I can't go to Goa, then Goa must come to me. So good. I'm glad you're bringing Goa to me. This is my favorite destination. So if I have a beach in Delhi, I'll never be seen in Goa.
So thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Bobby. It's been amazing. Lena, you want to do the vote of thanks, please? Lena, you're muted.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you, everybody. See you again.